Hi parents, today we're talking about rounding. I have a couple of examples for you today. The first one is rounding to the nearest 10. Whenever scholars see nearest 10 in the question, they're instructed to circle the number word 10 and draw an arrow to it so that they can remember which place value they're rounding to, and then underline that place value in the number. So here the 1 is in the tens place. They know that they're rounding to the 10. You can always too look at the number that's next door for some help. The next step is to think about which two tens the number is in between. They can do this using a vertical number line as well as a horizontal number line. I'll go with horizontal in this example. If I'm thinking about what two tens the number 14 is in between, scholars know that it's between 10 and 20. From there, we identify the midpoint. The midpoint between 10 and 20 is 15. And now we can easily plot the number 14 that we're rounding to. Then I'll ask scholars, well, which 10 is the number 14 closer to? Is it closer to the 10 or the 20? Easily we can see from our number line that it's closer to 10. 10 is our answer. For the next example, we're rounding to the nearest 100. Again, circling the number word 100, drawing an arrow to it, just steps to remember which place value that we're rounding to. Then I'll go to the number. I'll underline the 2 because I know the 2 is in the hundreds place. I might even draw an arrow to the number next door to remember that I'm using that digit to help me round. And now I need to think about what 200s is the number 253 in between. I know 253 is in between 200 and 300. The next step is to think, what's the midpoint between 200, 300, 250? From here, I can plot 253. Oh, I know 253 comes a little bit after 250. Here's 253. The next question, which 100 is 253 closer to? We can easily see from our number line that it is closer to 300. So we're rounding 253. 253 rounds to 300. Another strategy that you can use if your scholar is having trouble, say it comes right on the midpoint, is to think about the midpoint kind of like a roller coaster. When we were first learning about rounding, we learned that when we get to the 5 is like the top of the roller coaster. Once you get to that top point, it's easier to go down and round up than it is to round down. Thank you. Hope that was helpful.